Hi you, and welcome back to Pond House Garden. Today I am showing you the very front yard of the house. Now we are not here at the pond house. This weekend I stayed at home because there are so many things that we are trying to do before the rains come. If the rains come. I mean, we're still hitting lows of 9 degrees Celsius at night and highs of 23 degrees Celsius in the day, and we haven't had rain at all. Apparently Monday is supposed to bring some rain, but I don't even think it's supposed to be a lot of rain. So this is definitely a different year for us. So we decided, hey, it's the beginning of October, why not paint the house? Something we probably should have done in the summertime. Okay, but here we are. So we're busy painting the house. We're busy ripping up the front garden beds to start all brand new, which is a really exciting process. So I know that Pond House Garden is not all about my house reno. It's about mom and dad building their retirement house, and it's about all the gardens associated with the 32-acre farm. And we touch on some of the dahlias and other plants that I have here in my garden. So the focus of today is not about the paint and the renovations that are going on at my house, although you might find that interesting. It's more about the fact that we are going to be changing the garden beds, and I wanted to take you through step by step the procedures I'm going through in order to make those changes. So I'm pretty excited about the whole thing, and I will walk you through right now. So the very first thing we did was we moved the plants out of the garden beds that were right in front of where we were going to paint. So we simply tagged them number 1 through to I think number 9, and those were the plants that I was going to move into the backyard gardens. The rest of them we gave over to a neighbor who gladly accepted them and used them at one of his clients' landscaping projects. So that worked out great for him. So it's a win-win. My plants got moved, and then the plants that were originally here then got moved to a new home. Now the plants that were originally here, I have no idea how they actually grew in this. This was never amended. This soil was here right after the house construction went on. No one put in any fertilizer, any proper kind of soil or sand or compost, nothing. And as you can see, it is super dry. So how the heather and the lavender and whatnot, how they grew here, I have no idea. But like I said, they are at better homes now. So the idea behind this, let me just step back, is we are going to cement a nice pad here in front of this window and in front of the other window way over there. This will be a cement pad, and that will give us a really nice place to put planters. Also, Dan, being the awesome machinist that he is going to build a window box for me out of like some wrought iron or metal. And it's going to go around this bay window, and it's also going to go around that large bay window there. So I will now have beautiful large baskets to plant every year, and I'll be able to see it from my living room and from the front parlor room there because they will be the same height as the windows. So I am super excited about that, like beyond excited. Now, unfortunately, the meter can't move. It's going to be way too expensive to do something like that, and we were just trying to do a quick reno. So what we did today is we just kind of painted over top, but I'm again thinking that I could get down to make some kind of a metal art sculpture here that could go and cover up below and above this meter box. So at least below and above would be covered, but I'm still thinking about that. We also had in mind, the forklift is starting. It's going to get noisy for a moment, but I don't want to disturb any kind of production. Waiting for a moment. Oh yes, and then of course yesterday I came home and I found that in very comedic fashion, a jack-o'-lantern had been painted on the poly protecting the front window, which is awesome because I love Halloween and fall so much. So the idea here was we were going to be actually building this front entranceway out, but again, we are just in the process of savings for that. So we are just gonna deal with it the way that we can right now, which is paint the house, paint the soffits. We redid the roof, we put the metal roof on, and we're gonna just paint the vinyl until we can afford the hardy, and we will just deal with this front entranceway until we have money enough to bring it out more towards the driveway. This though is going to be fantastic inside here because we are going to be able to, or I am going to be able to do a whole bunch of fall decorating for this porch. As soon as Dan has finished the painting, we're going to get some wild and funky jack-o'-lanterns here, maybe some grass, maybe some tall corn husks, things like that. And just wait until you see this front door. It is going to be awesome. So I'm pretty excited. Garden beds will be worked on over the next year. Front entranceway will be worked on over the next month. And then the paint that's going on, as you can see, is this gray paint to go with the black roof. Now, I didn't want it to be too gray. I wanted a blue gray. So if I just walk around here, oh, there's Ozzy. There is the gray, the grayish blue paint right here. And so that's the original beige paint. This is the new color. So definitely a change in color around here. So this is one of the plants that we transplanted, and it is a beautiful peony. It does not have a name. It was here when I moved into the house a long time ago, but I really want to give it a chance to come back. So I had Dan and our neighbor friend transplant the peony right here under the shade of the lilac, right beside the hydrangea. So this should be the perfect spot for next year when it wants to come up. The other one that was transplanted was a beautiful iris. Now, the iris is dying back anyway at this point during the year, but it does not look happy. This iris has actually traveled with me from 5 different houses. I kept transplanting it each step of the way in my journey in life. So I, of course, did not want this to go away. I put it here right next to the new maple tree that I bought and next to the hydrangea. This hydrangea probably has to get moved in the spring. That's another story. So this should look lovely. It is a blue and yellow hydrangea that comes up. And, or sorry, a blue and yellow iris. Did I say iris? Oh my gosh, it's been a long day. It is an iris, if I didn't say that in the first place, and it is blue and yellow and magnificent. It is so striking, and I'll show that to you in the spring when it decides to come up again. And finally, we also transplanted this hydrangea. Trust me, it was struggling in that front garden, but amazingly it grew every year. Since the transplant, it's struggling even more. However, I received it as a office gift. Oh gosh, how many years ago? I think it was 8 years ago. And so I remember that person, Maggie, every time I look at this. So I am a sentimental kind of girl, and I didn't want to get rid of it. So we transplanted it here right beside the rhododendron. And so hopefully the rhodo will give it enough kind of shade from the direct sunlight. We'll see. But I'm hoping that this perks up in the spring as well. And that are those are the only 3 that we transplanted. The rest of them went to a brand new home. Okay, it's starting to get a bit darker. It's 5 o'clock at night and it's starting to cool down a bit. So I've thrown on some warmer clothes so I can do some night shift. I can help Dan out here finish a little bit more. But first, I will take you through the stages of the painting so far. actually do it? How many different pieces of equipment does it take to get one man up to the top to paint the soffits? So if you think that painting vinyl is an option for your house right now, which I strongly recommend, it's going really well. And why wouldn't you if you can save a few dollars and not have to put hardy plank on your house? Here is the paint that we're using. So here it is here, Vinyl Safe Colors by Sherwin-Williams. Paint your vinyl siding the color you want, no matter what color it is now. And we went for the VS 419 Gray October. And so I wanted more of a bluey gray to go along with the front door color, which you will yet to learn about, and the black roof and the black soffits. Another option I was thinking was the Homeland, which was more of a green gray, but I think this gray blue will work just wonderful. So that's it for today, but I promise to keep you posted on what the flower boxes are going to look like and what I'm going to put inside each one of those beautiful handmade window boxes. Oh, I'm just so excited about the whole thing. So until next time, remember, your dreams can be a reality just like mine have become. All you have to do is take that very first step. And it might be just going and getting that small container of paint, putting a swatch on the wall and saying, yes, let's go for it. Until next time, have a great day. Boom, decorated.